Good. Hatoshi Sukamsa Alo Dao Ibudana. I give thanks. Alo Shikimti Ado Kivi Atala Kivi Zubza Hila Ribza Kut Bokala Kum Kiskinch Mubza Ribza Tolgo Ono Alo Alo Shikimtani Ebuza Hila Kukune Rangila Akchuku Shikimti Ebuza our Gam Kivi Gambura Kijim Kushim Akem Itim Ita dignitaries Ashuneko Akchubu Nong Shikim Tani. It's a privilege. Hila Ishiput Hobs Nongola Salku Ona Amlokan. Ekemo in Aza Pitum Pizunonia Akchupala Adokshaka Gula Angavaram Tage Putlana Kame Nguaram Tage Tona Utlagi P. Alkana would like put husband and cabinet like I would like everybody to stand so that you may be drowsy. So I would like you to be awaken yourself. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. You may please take your seat. Thank you and grateful and delighted to be here at the Chengu festival. It was an honor also to have released the bird, which is a significant bird, as already said by our narrator. And it is an insight to see this wonderful bird caught in the hand for the very first time experience, and also to see wonderful color and to have the significant being flown today. And I take the privilege also, especially to our brother Ivan. You have done a remarkable, wonderful job. You being a lone fighter, I would say, in this endeavor. The biodiversity, the nature that you have taken the step, it is not very easy, the task. Or you have tried to unite the village, the tree village, and there are many more. I feel that you can do it in many factors to unite and to make awareness as to what biodiversity is all about. We are proud that such could be the existence because our forefathers, we were hunters, gatherers, we were nomadic in many ways also. And we were headhunters, of course, we all know that. So we did not had so much of accustomizing ourselves to the field of probable cultivation and everything. So we were not made aware. So probably hunting was the only substitute, and also gathering fruits and whatever vegetable that we could garner. But now the times have changed, and we still have not got the awareness of what conservation could be of help to us. I'm happy that the Terry has come in to set foot and make an awareness, which seems to be the right now importance, I would say that. Environment, biodiversity, ecosystem will play a major role in the years to come. We have heard about bitcoins, we have heard of many industrialists, we have heard about many AI, VR, and so many things that is happening. But ultimately, the air that we breathe, the plants that is around us, the food that we eat to nourish ourselves is the nature. That is why probably now the nation has woken up, I would say that, and financial aspect of carbon financing has come, which is a very good step, because in the other Western world, if we pollute the environment, you have to pay also handsomely as fine, as a token that you have polluted the air. But now probably, because of carbon financing, they probably are looking at adopting the villages, the ecosystem, the forest, so that they can give back to the nature of what to replenish. So I guess this carbon financing will do a lot of job. Those who have preserved the surrounding that you see, the greenery, I think you will get immense finance for preserving and for making the carbon dating and the footprints carbon to make it minimal. The very, very close country, Northeast surrounded by 5 countries, and among which the Northeast we see the Bhutan. Very good example. Bhutan is not carbon neutral, but carbon negative country. That means it is giving surplus of helping the carbon, helping the nature to groom, and you could say is the breeding hub of the world in one way. Not very far. Northeast also has been the breeding hub of India. We have so many kind of greenery around. We have played a very vital role. But I guess we also need to adopt the awareness of ecotourism, ecoculture, and living with the environment. But very sad to say that human as we are, when we look at the environment, when we look at everywhere, we see the minimal, the human, when we look compare with the animal kingdom, we are nowhere actually. We are not as masculine, as strong as the elephant. We are not as good swimmers like the fish and the birds to fly. We don't have all that, capacity. If we are really looking at it, we human are nothing if you look at it. But God has given us one great thing, and that He has given us the brain. This has made the biggest gift. We can tame, we can do anything, control environment, control the globe, control everything. We know that. But I think our greed has taken over our needs. So I guess we need to think of something, and that is to control our greed and make our needs more priority based. When we look at environment, there's so many things that environment actually without human beings, they can survive on their own. They can take over the entire world and they can live in peace and harmony. But I guess it is not the animal kingdom or the bird kingdom that had jeopardized the world, the nature. I guess it is we, the human being, who are the culprit of jeopardizing everything, making an imbalance to the world. So I guess it's high time we should adhere and should think of where we have gone wrong. And I'm happy that our brother Ivan has taken a very bold step, very difficult step, I know, to bring this nature together. We have to understand that it's a God gift to us. We should not play with the nature too much. Otherwise, the nature will take back what it has to take. And one day, if it does so, we will be perished. We will not be there. Like the dinosaurs who has become an extinct character. Let us not be extinct because of our greed, I would say that. There's so many things we need to know, that even we see the palm oil growing that has been taking place. They're encouraging the palm oil, which is also actually against, not a good sign of the biodiversity. Because monocropping, yes, there is money in oil, but if there's a destruction to the humankind, what good is going to bring? The palm oil is having a monoculture. Monoculture means there's not going to be any biodiversity. Many of the insects, animal kingdom, birds, they rely on biodiversity. If only one plant is going to invade the whole Nagaland, let us say only one plant, the whole palm oil in whole Nagaland, we'll have no birds, animal, insect, nothing is going to be there. It's all going to perish. Along with that, we'll also perish. So we have to think wisely as to which part and how to take care of our nature. We should also be organic in character. I can see a lot of oranges, a lot of plants, a lot of fruits around here. organically grown, which is very good. Because if you use chemical, pesticides, insecticide, and so on, there's a particular word in scientific terminology. It is known as biomagnification. Biomagnification is nothing but when the plant, we start spraying pesticide, insecticide, what happens? The small intake of all these pesticides, insecticide in ppm, parts per million, it starts taking in. They eat the zooplankton, the phytoplankton, they start eating up the small things, goes to the body. It multiplies because it stays in the body. And later on, when we human consume as a fish product, aquatic product, let us say, or maybe the plant, it starts magnifying in our body. It increases the level of the chemical toxin in our body. And what happens later? Well, we get cancerous diseases. It's because it's carcinogen. It helps to advocate cancer. So we have to know that using such kind of a thing is not advisable. But awareness needs to be grown. And how do we do it? Probably it's high time that everybody should impart the goodness and the badness of what we are doing. God, in many ways, have given us in abundance what we need. Now, when we look at another aspect, we call it in the Hindi, maida and atta. Many people may not decipher what is maida and what is atta. But usually, maida, we know that it is made for bread, cake, pastries, biscuits and all that. But atta, maida is mainly made for roti, okay? Or the brown bread, usually they make also. Atta and maida are from the same grain, same grain like the rice, paddy, same thing. What is the difference between that? The only thing that the maida usually take the wholesome of all the grain, but the maida takes the inner, endosperm, the inner part, only the whitish part is taken, actually which is not good for health, they say. So when we comparison of atta and maida, health-wise, both are from the same seed, same grain, but maida is healthy, maida is healthy, and atta is healthy, but maida is not healthy. It's not good in the long run. Same thing. Now, our choice also does matter. We are living in an environment. What are we going to choose, the good or the bad? We have to try to understand what nature has given to us and what is the choice of taking in. We can see that the maize that we are seeing over here, displayed beautifully, dried maize. When we have heard about popcorn, collecting baku, popcorn, right? The inside going out, outside going in, when it bursts. What is this popcorn? How does it ignite to become a popcorn? When we understand the true nature, in all the grains of the popcorn, there's a very minute, okay? Endosperm, very small inside, it's called the kernel. A very small thing which has got some water contained in that, which makes it grow. That small thing, when there is a particular temperature it attains, when it becomes hot, it bursts. Okay? It will burst and make the popcorn in and out, which is very tasty. Many children love popcorns, even many grown-up also does. So God has given the nature so much, but all doesn't become popcorn. Some is get diffused, it has not become, but majority does become. So what I want to say is that we have to understand that nature has got so much to give. But are we taking that and giving back to the nature for the good? That is the biggest question mark. I guess the Cheng festival will hold the ground, and with the help of many outsiders, those who have come from various departments also, would get an enlightenment of to see that our natures are preserved, our traditions are preserved, our ecosystem is preserved, biodiversity is preserved, and I hope that one day probably we get funding from many countries through this cover financing, probably. There could be a chance. And in this way, we can even sustain and preserve our nature. God is so great that He knows how much to give. If we had only deers loitering everywhere, what's going to happen? The herbivores will finish up all the plant. Then what's going to happen? As we are destructing the environment, the deers will eat up everything. But the tigers, the lions are kept, the carnivores is eating the herbivores in a good system. So there's a balance, of everything in the balance, in the biodiversity. The nature is so good. But who is destructing? That also we have to see some time. Overpopulation of carnivores is not good. Overpopulation of herbivores also is not good. It is the birds that they eat the seed and they throw the seeds around through the excreta, and that is how the plants are seeing different areas, pollination taking place. The beautiful bee that we have, the honey, it has got a lot of medical purpose. The bee is doing its utmost, I would say the maximum in the world, pollination, taking one plant to another plant, pollinating, germinating, everything. Had the bees not be there, I believe the world will end. So we should not even destroy the bees that is working day in, day out, for the good of human, I would say that, good of the nature. So I'm very happy to be here and to see the gathering. Enthusiast, I would say that. I'm very happy to the Gamburas, to the head, Akkau, and all their villagers, those have come proudly with you to see that we will make this village into whatever we are thinking about. I'm very happy to see the elders, especially because it is the elders. They will foretell what the past was and what the present and what the future is going to be. They know the comparison of how our forefathers' legacy was lived. I hope that all of us, through this festival and more to come, I would say that all of you be blessed, and all of us, let's work in tune, let's work in hand, and see that we preserve our culture. I'm happy also to see one of our guests as Angvika, and there are many more. I cannot speak about all, but I see that Angvika has come in also. He did, I believe, in electrical engineering from India. Then he did his solar from UK, London, and now he is here. He is also with the solar kingdom, I would say that, which is also preserving our nature. When the sun is there, God is giving freely. Why don't we take advantage of it? Why are we distracting so many other things, that the chemical plants, nuclear plants, or the dams and all that? If there was enough solar all over in every top of the house, I guess we don't need even electricity to be generated. In fact, there is a system where if you have excess of electricity being created by the solar system, the buyback policy of the government is there. But I don't know whether it has reached Nagaland, but in elsewhere they are, that you can supply the surplus back to the main grid, and they will give you back the money. So it's self-sustainable. Supposing this village has a lot of solar power, you can sell it to the government. They will buy and they'll give you back the money also. So that's the thing. But anyway, he knows better the subject. I will not go too much in detail. And I hope that all of us, those who have come here, you be blessed. And I hope that through this festival and many more, as I said earlier, and we all work unitedly and give a support, helping hand to the Terry, give to Ian, and many more who have collaborators, those who have here well-wishers, come together and let us support our state, our district, our village, and to make this a better place to live for humanity. Thank you very much. Long live everybody. Thank you.